Namaskar, everyone, and welcome back to Live Your Best Life Unscripted. I'm your host, Ajay Khanna. Today's episode is all about something we all need but rarely talk about: mental resilience, that inner strength that helps us bounce back when life throws curveballs. And who better to explore this with than someone who truly embodies it? Palak Kohli. Palak isn't just an international para-badminton champion. She is a living proof that your mindset can be your superpower. From overcoming personal challenges to becoming one of the youngest athletes to represent India at the Paralympics, her journey is extraordinary. Palak, welcome to the show. It's so good to have you here with us. And I'm coming to Lucknow maybe after a couple of years, the city of Nawabs. Do you enjoy the city? Do you love the city?
Yes, first of all, thank you so much, sir, for having me here today. And yeah, I love this place, and it's such a good city. We get all variety of foods and everything. And if you love chicken and the kebabs and everything is very famous over here. And I think it's a very beautiful city.
Yeah, I know it's quite a historic city, a lot of old culture over here. So, Palak, you have been icon, you have, talked about with the youth, they really idolize you. So, tell me, before all these victories and all this success which you got, when did you first realize that you had that spark, that inner belief in yourself that you can go beyond and excel? When was that first moment?
I think, yeah, I never thought of taking up of sports in a professional way or making up a career out of it and, representing the country at the highest levels and today inspiring the younger generation as well. So I think it was back in 2017, like one day when I was just coming out of a mall and I met a stranger on the way and he told me like, he asked me what has happened to my hand and all. I told it's by birth because since I was very used to such questions. And that day I remember the first time somebody told me like, you can do wonders in sport, and as I said, there are para sports and there is para-badminton and you are very young, and if you can start up with this, you can do great things in this. I had a very sarcastic smile to that incident because we're in the past where I have through been various situations in life where I was told like sports is not a cup of my tea, or it's not the way I should look up at, and I was told to sit aside and watch others playing or to be a referee and judge them playing, and I was stopped to be a part of it. So after that incident, when my mother, she got the contact of the person, we never knew that he is the head coach for Indian para-badminton team and all. Later we got to know that he is Gaurav Khanna sir, and he is the Dronacharya and Padam Shri awardee for para sports in India. So I think it was a changing direction over there in my life where I got to know about a different side of it. And at first glance, I was not onto taking that sport in a professional way because the past experiences were not good. So I always had that second thought in my mind. Ki, what is that? Am I putting myself in the same situation? I'm again going to put myself in a different sport and listen to people like, it's difficult or it's not for me and all. But out of that, I just thought, let me try up with it. And as a child, we think कि वही स्कूल में आके teachers को will show those trophies and will show them that I can do that. So just randomly, then after 7-8 months, when I told my parents कि I want to start out with the sport, and they took it seriously, and then we connected with sir and we got to know about him, about the academy over here in Lucknow. Then my father, very next weekend, we made a plan to shift over here. And I started off with my journey in 2018 of holding up of the racket. And it's still continuing with a lot of challenges on the way and with a lot of victories also on the way. I think that was the one spark moment. And I never believe in that destiny or sort of thing, but I think it's the destiny that wanted me to be a part of the fraternity of para-badminton. And I think it's the God's plan. And a sudden meeting outside a mall has literally transformed my life today.
Yeah. Was badminton your first choice, or it was at that 2017, or as you said, 2017, when you met Gaurav Khanna sir? Okay, and were you playing badminton before, or it was that particular moment you realized that badminton is going to be your future?
Actually, I have never played badminton before professionally. I was fond of sports. My brother, he used to play table tennis. And so I was fond of playing, whether it's cricket, going to the playgrounds. And as a kid, we enjoy playing sports. But whenever I tried of playing sports, everywhere I had a very negative attitude of people from the society. Some used to stop me from playing, ladki hai, lag jayegi, better बैठ कर देखो. Then lot of people came with different ideas कि एक हाथ already नहीं है, एक में भी लग गया तो you won't be able to do anything. So it's better to see them playing and all. So because of those incidences and the setbacks that I faced from the society and the attitude they had towards me, I never thought कि मैं sports कभी भी अपनी लाइफ में एज अ प्रोफेशन चूज कर पाऊंगी. सो आई थिंक दैट वाज a big changer for me. And when I came here in Lucknow, and when I saw for the very first time so many athletes with different super abilities playing, few on wheelchair, few with polio, few same amputees like me, I thought if the guys were just enjoying making fun of each other and playing the best, and that gave me goosebumps कि अगर ये लोग कर सकते हैं, definitely I can. So I just thought, let me try up that sport. And when I entered into, I fell in love with the game. And I think it's the passion that made me at a very young age to stay away from the family and to stay alone and to go through all those stuff, because I had a lot of transformation in my life as an athlete, discipline, everything. It's a different lifestyle.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
so I think it's a game changer.
No, Palak, it's good to hear what you're talking about. And also, since we have been meeting, at the various events across the country, and to hear from you that, you had to face those physical obstacles which are there, okay? And also the expectations from the society. What was that particular moment which made you stronger and which had you believe in that I can excel, I can go beyond? Which was that particular moment?
I think, yeah, it's today I feel very happy to go back to the throwback and to recall, because it has been a series of situations when it has been tough, because I was born with this privilege to have a superpower in my hand. And then I think the words that, the society puts up into, like, with the tagline of like bechari and all certain of things, getting out of those things had made me eventually more stronger today. And when I started up playing badminton, we had our nationals in 2018 in Varanasi. And I was very excited to play those nationals. I will be playing my nationals, then I will be going back to my school and I will show my teachers, that I have played nationals and I have won so and so. But at that moment, Gaurav sir didn't allow me to play those nationals. He told me, like, you are not ready for it yet. So I want you to be a surprise, and I will tell you when it's the right moment for you to come out and play the
tournament. He actually dissuaded you from going for that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, Arey, why is he not letting me to play that tournament? I was very excited about it. And then I told my parents, and they were like, what sir is saying, we'll follow that. And in 2019, sir told me, now it's the right time for you to play the nationals. And I played my very first nationals in 2019 in Uttarakhand. And I became the national champion for juniors singles.
Wow.
Senior women singles, senior women doubles, and I was runner-up in mixed doubles.
Wow.
So I think, the first victories are very special to you. At that moment, I realized his words. He wanted me to go through a certain period of training and to prepare for a target, and I eventually attained that. I was very happy. And that moment, I think, was that spark that I felt, I can do something, and yeah, definitely I can do great things. And I was more of that. I was excited to go back to the school because I faced a very complex situation over there before I thought of taking up para-badminton. We had a game introduced in our school that was handball. And we were just standing in a queue listening कि क्या rules हैं और inter house होगा, inter school होगा, because ICC schools में there are very limited opportunities to excel in sports.
Yeah.
So I was just listening. Meanwhile, my teacher, she called me aside and she told me like, Palak, it's better for you to concentrate in studies. Handicap quotas होते हैं जिससे आपको एक अच्छा job मिल सकता है. Being a girl, you can secure your future. So that moment was adolescence period where you take things very close to your heart. And I felt very sad. That moment was when I thought ki I will try para-badminton, and then my parents had a talk with sir and all. That's how I got entered into. And after being the national champion, I got that spark and that अभी बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है sort of thing, and it's just the beginning, and yeah, I can definitely prove to a lot of people, not that they are wrong, but I can prove that I don't have any limitations what people think about.
Yeah. No, Palak, that's really, again, very inspiring. And the more I listen to your, story, your 2018 is when, you wanted to go for that championship, and your coach said, no, wait for one more year. Or when you went to the school, the teacher talked about put more focus into studies, and there is a handicapped quota. Tell me, when all these conversations were happening, what was your mental state, and how were you trying to stay strong and focus? Was there any mantra, or I would say a mental toolkit for resilience, being, staying strong and staying focused? Can mujhe yahi karna hai?
I think previously it was very hard for me because as a child, to get that certain task where people don't even know your name, but they judge you with your physical appearance. It's very challenging. And as a child, you're not mature कि आप कैसे चीज़ों को deal करो या लोगों को क्या reply दो. People used to look around and they touch their ears while saying, अरे भगवान ऐसा किसी के साथ ना करे. Certain taunts and कि ओ इतना अच्छा भगवान ने चेहरा दिया या फिजिक दिया, बट एक ये नहीं होता तो कितना अच्छा होता. Certain taglines are there. During that period, it was very tough. But when I got into badminton, and I felt so grateful to be a part of that sport, and that gave me a purpose, and I feel so blessed about it. And during that journey of training, of exploring, too many tournaments, too many challenges in up and down in life, because I have learned that in our plate we want all flavors of food, and if we add pickle and chilies, it's different flavors, it's more tastier. And in last, if we look towards the sweets, it's more different and more delicious. So I think those chilies are like some those hurdles that comes on the way, and but in a way I think it makes life very beautiful. So it's more of those obstacles. I think all those challenges, whichever I have gone through, those periods always look tough, but eventually when we are able to cross those hurdles, it makes you feel you are mentally strong, or you know how to deal with it when it comes in future. So
how did you deal with it? You had a lot of chilies or what? Let me be. No, but no, like you said,
Yes,
there were chilies, then there's this, after the chilies, then you have something sweet. So
Yes.
what I'm trying to understand from you, Palak, is that, that what was your mental state of mind that time when you had all these tanas, which you call it, how did you manage? What was your mental state of mind that time?
As a child, it was very tough
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in a age group of adolescents where genuinely see a lot of people, a lot of teenager, whether it's girls or boys, they get more conscious towards their physique, get more conscious towards the color of their face and everything. So handling those things, it becomes very tough, and those were tough days.
Mm-hmm.
And today, when I look back, I feel like that was nothing, but during that phase it was very tough. So I think when I got into badminton, it gave me more purpose. Before that, I was struggling. I didn't knew, I was like, I didn't knew what is right and what is wrong. So many people all around telling you not to do this, stopping you from doing, putting limitations on you just by judging you. And eventually getting out of it and thinking for a sport, and which keeps your mind too much into playing and everything, and the routine and the lifestyle completely gets changed. So I think that has been a major turning point in my life.
So through badminton, you found that purpose. When you got into
Yes.
sports, you found that purpose. So Palak, when you found that purpose, when you go through those challenges, and everyone has a hero or a support system. When you were going through that phase, who were the people who contributed or made a difference in keeping you focused? Whom would we attribute that to?
I think definitely my family, my parents, my mother, my father, my grandparents especially, because when I stepped into Lucknow, there was like, okay, go. And like we hear a lot of people from a lot of girls and all that their parents or their grandparents, they don't want to send their child out at an early age, or we still live in a country where people still have that small mindset of not to send girls outside. And with, I think with the person with disabilities, people are more like into, कि अगर वहाँ उसे लग जाएगी, या how will she manage and all. But my family has been very open minded, and they have always given me that freedom and the free hand to explore things. लगेगी कोई बात नहीं, they are at the back, but they have always let me to try from every small thing, from learning to sharpen a pencil when I was in my early days of school,
Mm-hmm.
to teaching me how to tie my own shoelaces. I think all small acts. I remember when my classmates didn't knew how to tie their laces. I not only used to tie it for myself, I used to help them tying.
Wow.
And people around were surprised that they are not able to do, and how can I do? Because I got that open hand, and whenever I used to try something, whether it's riding a cycle or everywhere, my brother, my parents, they had been at my back, but they have given me the full freedom and full open hands for me to try. If I will, if I get disbalanced, they will come to help, but it's me who have to try.
Yeah.
So I think that was, they all are superheroes, and I think definitely Gaurav sir, due to whom I got into the sport, and that the person who really transformed my life today, and all our heroes. And I think definitely with now the Herbalife family, with millions of people of Herbalife, you sir, and I think everybody around, it's all our heroes. And I think it's life is just like a movie. uh, no one is villain.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah,
is
true.
a hero. No one is a problem. No one is a solution. So I think it's a roller coaster journey, and we just can enjoy it, and we just can be grateful for everybody, all the well wishers, all the supporters, the people who are there to give us the blessings, and also thankful for the ones who put obstacles in our way. Because I think, because without that obstacles, life would not be that happy, or that more good.
I love the comment which Palak just mentioned. It's she's also thankful to those people who put an obstacle in the way so that she can become much more strong. And ladies and gentlemen, Palak, I have not done this before on any of the podcasts. And since today you're talking about heroes in your life, I want you to send out a message to all the heroes, whether it be your family, whether it be your coach, So why don't you look at the camera and give them a message from your side, a loving message or whatever you want to say. Let's do that.
I just want to be thankful to every single person who has been connected with my entire journey of life, whether it's my ups, whether it's my downs. And yeah, definitely to Gaurav sir, who has been a main person who has transformed my life today. Had I not been met him outside a mall, today I would not have been representing India at the highest levels. And I would have not made my name as the youngest athlete to play the Tokyo Paralympics for 3 categories as well. So I think I'm really very thankful because of him, I'm over here having a podcast with you as well, sir. And definitely to my family as well, who has always been a great pillar of strength, especially to my grandfather and my grandmother for giving me the liberty and all the facilities so that I can, do whatever I want, and giving that faith in me that, they are there to support me, and I just have got the wings and I can try to fly as high as I want. I'm really very thankful.
She's got the wings and she can fly as high as possible. Okay, so Palak, I mean, you're an athlete, okay?
Yes.
And as an athlete, there is always a connection between the body and mind. So let's talk about that a little bit, okay? And let's talk about what are the non-negotiable things, whether it be your food, whether it be your exercise regime, or something which you cannot negotiate on, and you have to say, yes, I'm focused and I have to do this. What are those few things?
For sure, I think as an athlete, it's discipline is very important, and I think for every individual, like when we work towards our goals, whether it's not only just much athletic but also in any profession, I think discipline is a key factor. And as an athlete, yeah, we definitely have to take care of the timings, to be punctual to our sessions, to be able to, if the session is at 6, we have to ensure that the lineup is at 6.
Why? Why you have to be punctual? Why you have to be disciplined?
But I think it's one of the main characteristics as an individual. Like we are working for our goals and all. If we have set a target to, if we like I'll give a small example for it. We have a group of our session, and every day before we get a schedule what our tomorrow is about, and what is the certain timings of the session, and what is the drill that we will be doing in our session. Like 6 to 8:30 on court, then we have physical, or evening we have gym or physical, or we have meditation and all sort of thing. So the things work very time oriented and very goal oriented. It's very important because like we have 24 hours in a day, and if I think ki in 3 hours or 4 hours I give myself a target, I'll make up this room. वो 4 hours में ही बनेगा फिर. If I will think I will make it in 15 minutes, or 15 minutes में बन जाएगा. I think it's all about the mind and how we feed it to. So likewise, I think the timings are very important, and the right food, the right nutrition, everything.
Let me ask you, as an athlete, what is your daily routine, and how do you spend your day?
On our working days, like except the weekends, like except the Sundays, like we get an update for the session, like what our next day session looks like. So like for example, we have session starting from 6 in the morning, 6 to 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, we have session on court. And for that, I have to get up by 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
Because I like to have a cold shower before the session and prepare myself for the session. And I also like to go to the court before the session so that I can do some self-mobility and, just I like to go to court to start up the day when there is not much people around. There is peace.
A moment for yourself.
Yeah, a moment for my own self. And I start my day with gratitude. And not every day I'm able to, but yeah, at some times in our colony, we have a very beautiful temple. So I like to go there, and I like to start my day with that. And we have a session. After session, we have a breakfast, and we have a good rest session in between. And then again in afternoon, we have on-court session, which is followed with gym. And in alternate days, we have sometimes meditation in the evening and all. So yeah, it's playing, having rest, recovering, having lunch, again going playing, having some snacks, then having gym session, strength session. So yeah.
And you said, except the weekends. What do you do on a weekend? Watch movies?
No, I'm not much fond of movies,
Uh-huh.
but I love to spend time with my own self. I like to do some drawings and writing down my plans for the next week, what I have for my own self. Yeah, so small things, whatever makes me happy, setting up my room and doing all those pending laundry stuff works and everything. So yeah.
No, it was good to hear that, and two of the things which you mentioned in that was finding a moment for yourself. And now you also mentioned that over the weekend, also you try to find time for yourself. So let me ask you, you're in this beautiful city of Lucknow, okay, where the Awadhi cuisine is popular, and anyone can get tempted with this, I would say, the cuisine here. Uh, how important is it for you? I mean, what you eat and drink? And when we talk about eat and drink, can you also share some tips for the listeners that how do you maintain your nutrition or your wellness regime during this, fast and hectic pace of life from morning till evening? What you do?
Like, I think nutrition is definitely a very important role, and whatever we do in life, in whichever field, unless and until we are not healthy, then there is no joy in life. If today I'm unwell, or I am suffering some disease or something like that, it doesn't matter who I am or which level I have or how much money I make or how much renowned I am. Unless and until I'm not fit, I'm not healthy, वो सब चीज़ें useless है.
Exactly.
सो आई थिंक वो हेल्थ ही सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट रहता है एंड बट उस चीज़ को हम रियलाइज समटाइम्स लाइफ में लेटर करते हैं या कोई जब कोई बीमारी हो जाती है कोई डिसीज़ हो जाती है फिर हमारे को रियलाइजेशन होता है कि वो हेल्दी हैबिट्स कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट होती है बिकॉज उन पर स्टिक रहना इज़ मोर डिफिकल्ट वी मेकअप वी हैव न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट हम प्लान्स बनाते हैं बट राइट टाइम पे क्या खाना है वी समटाइम्स स्टिल मिस so that's very important. And as an athlete, recovery के लिए we need to fuel our body with the best ingredients, with the best food, so that it's not just one match that I will play. It's not just कि मैंने आज बहुत अच्छा खेल लिया, so I can have a cheat meal or I can eat whatever I like. It's also about tomorrow I have to play. I need to prepare myself for the next day. So what I will eat today will help me to recover better, and eventually that will make me feel happy also, and the next day I can do more good, or the next session I can do a different peak of myself and excel to a certain level. And for my food intake and nutrition, definitely, as I'm also part of Herbalife, so I'm very happy with that, and I have the best nutrition for my energy during the sessions as well, and the protein build up part as well. So I don't have to much think of it because I'm with the brand, which is definitely doesn't needs to be have a second thought. And I love to be a part of this community as well because it's not just making people or giving them career opportunities, but it's also creating a main awareness which is about health, of the healthy habits, healthy nutrition and everything. Because I think that's everything in life. हम
Exactly.
जितने मर्जी अमीर हो जाएं, हम जितने मर्जी name, fame we earn in this world and wherever we may travel, unless and until we are not fit or we are not good, we can't enjoy. So I think
Exactly.
वो बहुत important है.
Yeah. I know one of the things which Palak I liked from which you just mentioned was that what you eat today will also affect you in the future. So, viewers, that was Palak talking about and how important it is. I mean, what you consume today or what kind of eating habits you have today. Just don't just think about today. It also have to think about the future, what impact it will have in your lives in the future. So, Palak, that was talking about food. That was talking about nutrition. Also, I when you talk about nutrition, there is also part of nutrition. There is also something called the mental focus, and I asked you this before also. So, what is that mental focus you are imbibing in your day-to-day life to unlock your power from within.
Talk about being healthy, we talk about looking good, we talk about dressing good, dressing the right clothes wherever we want to go, but we never take care of our mental health. And still, I think a lot of people in our country are struggling with this issue for mental health as well. And it's very important to feel mentally fresh. So I think in our daily schedule, I think we at times we often miss to spend time with our own self and to have some time in the fresh air, which can gives us good feeling of happiness. And for mental strength, I think I also uh, write my some notes with me, and so that we also look at them pre my matches or as well of the power that I have within, so that I can keep on reminding myself the abilities or the obstacles that I've already passed through, because mentally it's very tough. Like my own journey, I would say it has been with a lot of up and downs. Before I would say myself that I'm one of the one who has been privileged to get this super powerful hand since birth. Then later on, when I discovered badminton, I was at the peak of my career. I went through a tumor in my leg, and I had that privilege where everybody doubted me, like, for Palak now the career in sports is over or it's an end for her and she may look for other opportunities and all. I made a comeback from that. And recently in the Asian Para Badminton Championships in 2025, I have, during the finals, when I have already won the first set, and during the second set and the third set, I was leading 10-8, and there was a jump and I twisted my knee badly. And in the last 4 months, I have undergone two major surgeries in my knee. And it's again an obstacle, and I often feel tough. And when I go on court, I'm doing rehab. Athletes beside me, they are playing on court. It gives me also frustration. But I have to stay mentally calm and to focus on the controllable things, because what has happened is uncontrollable. I can't control it.
Yeah.
Or I can't think about it again and again, and nor I can go back to the past and get it corrected. It has happened. So if I think that I am a bechari or these obstacles has are a part and अब मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी, so जितने भी opportunities होंगी वो मैं कर ही नहीं पाऊंगी.
Yeah.
So but if I look up with that spirit ki, I what I have started now is I have started working on small targets. What my aim is, we have a plan. I'm fortunate to have the best doctors over here in Lucknow also. I've operated from SGP Jai. So my doctor and my coach, they have made a plan for my rehab. So my focus is to focus on every single session of rehab, that I do that good and I do that best. So eventually, when daily I will be doing my best in every session, it will definitely make me come back with the great victories ahead, and it will definitely make me bounce back more stronger.
Yeah.
So it's not just about thinking कि कब result आएगा. हम results पे सोचेंगे तो it gives us pressure on us. It mentally makes you frustrated कि मेरा ये tagline है या मेरा ये target है, इतने इस date को मेरे को कोर्ट पर आना है. So that date will give a pressure on me. With that pressure, जो time period I'm left with it, the few days, I may not give my best because of that pressure that I'll put on my mind. So it's better to give the best in small targets. Eventually, those best will altogether club with major victories in the future.
Awesome. That's
So-
nice to hear that. And also, what you also mentioned was that, some situations are uncontrollable. And it is how you manage during those situations by staying calm. And when life hits you with these kind of challenges, rather than giving up, what you did was basically fix up small goals, okay, and try to achieve those goals, which lead you to a bigger, I would say, recognition or a bigger victory in the future. And Palak, when we talk about that, Paralympics is definitely not a very, it's not a small stage. It's a huge stage, and with an athlete like your caliber, you're always in the spotlight. Tell me, when you go for a big match, okay, what is it that you stay composed, and you know that you're heading for a big match and you're going to be in the spotlight, like you mentioned about the finals, which was there. How do you mentally compose yourself that this is going to be the big match? What is it that goes into your mind?
I think it's all like small things, definitely representing, like I feel myself blessed to be representing over there on the behalf of so many millions from our country, and to see that tricolor soaring high in the stage of at the highest events, it's always a blessing. So I feel myself very grateful to be over there. And before every match, it's just about having certain strategies with certain opponents with whom I would be playing. So we make certain plans, because with every opponent the same plan won't work. So we need to, and sometimes we have made a plan, but that's not working in the situation.
Yeah.
So we have to suddenly shift to the B or C plan, or sometimes the last plan we had, which is we need to be confident in every situations. So at times in during our games, there are drifts, there are so many concerns with the lightnings or with the floor and everything, but that's for everyone. So rather than thinking कि ऐसा क्यों है, so we need to think upon how to adapt it and how to perform the best in that. And definitely the finals and all, it's always the best feeling to enter on the day and playing throughout the week and entering the last match, which will define you whether you get the title of champion or your runner up. So it's the main thing of that day, and getting ready for that, getting used to the conditions, and because that's the last match, and you and your opponent both have played so many matches in the past week in the entire tournament, and now it's the final exam of the report card, who is first and who is second.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely there is pressure, and there are a lot of expectations for your own self. But yeah, looking back and just calming yourself down, I listen to one or two my favorite songs while I'm warming up, so that helps me to stay calm and stay composed. And I just think of like not to take that a pressure of a final or something like that. I will give my best, and I don't have to think for the results. It's just me. When I look up in the mirror after the match, I should only say that I gave my best.
Awesome.
I should not regret
Yeah.
कि मैं ये कर सकती थी, मैं वो कर सकती थी, मैंने नहीं करा या मैंने प्रेशर लिया. Whatever the results are, I will accept that, but I will give my best.
Exactly.
So I think that's very important. And likewise, we keep on playing tournaments. Every tournament is a learning. And in my last tournament where I got injured during the finals, I took first jump when I twisted my knee. After that, I knew that kahin na kahin the match has slipped from my hand. But sir asked me, "Do you want to try again?" He told me that you can try again. You want? So I again stood and again tried for it. I took 1 point. Then next point again I went. I again twisted my knee. That second moment was I was in tears, not because of the pain that I was suffering, but I was in the tears because I knew now my body won't allow me to play the next shot, and ultimately I have to retire from the match. So I think that feeling was different, and that was disappointing. And because it's difficult to retire from your match, and when you want to give your best, but because of the situations and, like I told, the uncontrollables,
Uncontrollable
you cannot
situations,
give
yeah,
your best.
yeah.
So you need to accept that. I was very disappointed. But then sir told me one thing: you should be grateful. Had it been your first match, what would have you done? The first round. I know it's a major event. It happens once in 4 years, and you have played the finals, and during that you got injured. Yeah, it's disappointing to get injured and to get a major injury like that, but it could have happened anytime.
Anytime, yeah.
In a smaller tournament or somewhere else, which could not have been me able to play that major event. So I should be grateful, and I just need to think for the rehab and what next line of action we can work, and just to work on the things we can figure it out and make a comeback more stronger.
Yeah, you're right. But like, always be grateful of what you have achieved. And if life throws curveballs at you, always plan and come back. And I loved your words, what you mentioned about is that, if your plan A doesn't work, always be ready with the plan B, but never ever give up in
Yes.
trying. You just mentioned about to stay calm, you listen to your favorite songs. What are your favorite songs? And I will ask you to hum it for us, okay? You got to sing it for us.
No, I'm not such a good singer.
I'll sing along with you. That's fine.
I think the two, three songs that I really like.
Okay.
One is the one that when I had my tumor surgery and all, I used to listen to that song a lot. That is one from a movie, Jeetne Ke Liye.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of my very, very heart-touching song for me.
What is that song?
Like,
Hum it. Sing it a little bit, okay? Come on, Palak.
I'm not this good at singing.
Okay. Which song is that? Let's see.
So it's named as Jeetne Ke Liye, and nowadays in my playlist, Jigra, the title tag, is on the top list.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all like sports songs and moments when like you told, like life throws curves balls on us, but we always have to bounce back stronger. So those are few songs which are like not so much enthusiastic, but it's are something that have from a slow tone changed to what to success and certain things.
Nice. So Palak, you're a champion, and every champion has that particular moment, when they are tested to the core. Have you faced that particular moment in your life or in your career, where physically or mentally you felt like it's impossible. I cannot go beyond this. And if you did face that moment, how did you overcome that moment?
Actually, I think I have faced those moments at a very repeatedly times, and because when I didn't knew about badminton, I never was so thankful or so grateful. I always had that question to God that why me? And that why me got changed when I came into badminton and when I got the purpose. But before that, I always had that thought why I have only got that role to play because I was in a school where only I was different and I used to hear taunts from so many people. So that used to make me feel, Arey, main hi kyun, sort of thing. And later onwards, when I started out with my career in para sports and being there at the Tokyo Paralympics and Asian Para Youth Games, and everywhere I was at the peak of my career when I got a tumor in my leg. I think that was a major turning point. And, it's very different kind of feeling when people around you, they are saying and you are hearing from them, ab to iska career khatam, or, the doctors were not that confident that I could be back on court or they can give me that assurance of playing at an elite level again. So I think that was not only a moment where I was my physical strength was tested, it was a lot more the mental strength. I stayed in Lucknow only. I chose again to stay away from the family and just to keep on working. I started working on my upper body, my core, and other areas of the body, except that tumor leg, so that eventually when I make a comeback, so other things are stronger enough, and I will feel myself satisfied, and I will feel myself more stronger. So I think that has been a tough phase. And I think recently also going through two major surgeries in the last 4 months, it's very challenging to trust your body again. After, because of that, I have my walking pattern, my gait has spoiled. I can't put full load on that. And because the injury in the knee is in the same leg that had tumor, so it has made my recovery little more complex. So the range, and initially that's easier for other athletes to get earlier, is comparatively more tougher for me. So all those rehab sessions and all, sometimes you feel that doubt कि अरे हो पाएगा कि नहीं, or कि कैसे होगा. You are doing your best, but still at times, not every day you are at your 10 on 10. So sometimes there are days, even for me also, when I don't feel at my best. Sir made me one chart on in my notebook. So he told me to write one side of what the permanent things I have in my life and what are the temporary things I have in my life. So when I listed those things, I didn't know why he has told me to do that. I did that. in my permanent things and the things that I have, my family, my supporters, and everybody, and the achievements that I have attained. And when I looked up at the temporary phase, it was just the injury and certain very two, three things only that were temporary. Then he told me to, do you even realize that you're getting stressed or you are thinking tough because of those temporary things, जो कि eventually आज नहीं तो कल ठीक होना ही है.
Exactly.
If you're giving your best.
Yeah.
So you just need to focus on giving your best, and eventually it will help you. So I think I have also derived mental strength from all these tough situations only. And I think these injuries and this phase of that tumor,
Temporary.
and yeah, it was just temporary. And I just kept the right thing going forward, and I just kept myself mentally strong. I just keep myself focused for my next major target. My target is LA 2028. So definitely I have to look for that. I don't have to do a panic कि मैं आज ही ठीक हो जाऊँ या आज ही running start कर दूँ. The body, it needs time to heal. So we need to give that time to heal. But along with that, I can focus कि वो healing के साथ साथ what are the all areas that I can more work on.
Positive mindset.
Yes. It's easy to say, I would say, but difficult to implement at yourself at those tough situations. But eventually, I think all those things, they end up making you more stronger. So today I know that I have survived that tough phase of getting out of that tumor, that uncertainty. And I again came at my peak, and not only at the level that I played, but at a much higher level that I played. Today I'm world number 3 in my singles, and again a challenge to make me more mentally stronger, I think, for the upcoming achievements that I will get.
Nice,
so I think I just need to focus on the small areas where I can control, and I can control the mind, and I can, do good things in the right proportion to get it better one day.
Nice. So Palak, you are just not a athlete. You are also, I would say, a voice for change. Okay, what is the role you think you can play in bringing about a change about Paralympics or what you call it super abilities? Okay, we're not going to call them disabilities. It's super abilities which you have. Okay. What is it that you feel you can play that important role in changing those misconceptions about these few things like the Paralympics or the super abilities which you have?
It's not just me representing myself and the country at the highest level. It's me representing so many people's dreams and those who look up at me, seeing me today, how people have, like, lot of people's attitude towards the super ability has changed. And like recently on Instagram, I got message from 2 3 strangers, and they shared me a picture of a baby girl who had a similar type of a super hand like me. It's just that my left hand is super hand and her right one is a super hand. So, and they were texting ki, ma'am, you are an inspiration for us, and I hope my daughter becomes something like you in the coming future. So I think with so many stories of athletes like me, and so many athletes who are performing at such a high level and have become a game changer and a voice changer for the coming generation. And through me, I think definitely it's my moral duty to give back to the society. And like I told, that the world cannot be changed overnight, but definitely small acts and whatever contribution I can have a part of it. And so that people look up at me, they also feel like, we can dream, and like, if I am breaking the barriers of what's possible, they can look up to me as an inspiration, and they can also start working towards their goals, and to discover the power that they have within themselves. So I think that's very important. And the moment we all individuals, we feel ourselves कि हम ये कर सकते हैं, तो I think that is the right moment when we eventually can do something. नो, इट डजेंट मैटर्स कि एक रूम में हमें 50 लोग या 100 लोग या जितने भी लोग बोल रहे हो कि आप में ये स्पार्क है, आप कर सकते हो, अनलेस एंड अनटिल we as individual do not realize कि हम ये टास्क पूरा कर सकते हैं या हम ये एरिया में टॉप कर सकते हैं या हमारे गोल्स हम ये अटेन कर सकते हैं, nobody else will come and do it.
So it is your inner
Yeah,
belief,
it's
the
the inner
confidence.
belief and I think the inner instinct कि मुझे करना है और that gives you the more power to do that thing. So I think that's very important.
Nice. So let's now switch gears. I will not say switch gears. Let's get into some power shots now, as they call in badminton. Okay. So I'm
Sure.
going to ask you some rapid questions. Okay, and on a fast track, and we're going to see the fun side, or I would say the lighter side of Palak.
Okay.
You ready for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay. What's one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
That I love to dance.
Oh,
But I
really?
love to dance in a room which is empty and have a mirror, and I love to have a self-talk with myself a lot.
Awesome. Okay. Any particular dance style, or it's free form?
I think it's free form. Any
Wild.
yeah, it's like whatever trending songs are coming and some hook steps that come on the reels and on the social media and all. So just having that inclination to try that, but in an empty room in front of the mirror.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to dance here. Okay. A hobby you love?
Drawing, painting, something like that. Just coloring. Yeah, something with color. Something with
So
colors.
what kind of drawing you like? Do you like abstract or human beings, buildings, nature? What or anything which what do you enjoy?
I am not an artist in drawing, so it's just like I have some plans with my sessions and schedules. So I like to make them in a very creative manner of drawing them with some arrows and some decorating that in my room, in the wall of my room. So my room wall is filled with some handmade and self-made affirmations and some canvas paintings and all, which I look up at, and it gives me some good affirmations to get on the hard days as well.
Okay. Nice. One thing that always makes you laugh.
I think it's just sometimes it's me seeing my old videos when in the beginning, when I started playing, how I used to look up and how I used to react to things. So it always makes me laugh, seeing an older version of myself and also thinking of the things I used to stress about in the past. So I feel that's very fun now.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
I think it's a good question. I think a superpower to spread something in the society and something related with mental health and emotions, because we give importance to so many things, but kind of mental health is something where people don't are not open about talking about. So I think maybe to help people to deal with that.
Contributing towards the society, giving it back to the community. That's
Yes,
what you're
definitely.
talking about. Nice. Okay, is there a quirky ritual or a superstition you follow before a big match?
Before every match, I must have my earbuds. I keep 2 spare earbuds with me. That ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक का बैटरी ड्रेन आउट हो जाए या कुछ भी. I love listening to songs, and without that, I feel something is incomplete. Like the song I like, I love to listen to it pre-match or to help me to calm and enjoy myself. So I just love that.
Perfect. I think that's a good message for people who are listening to us, that always keep the batteries ready. Okay. You never know when the batteries might run out. Okay. Keep the batteries on all the time. All right.
Yes.
Okay. That was a fun bit. Okay, guys, don't take it seriously. Okay, okay, Palak, you have lived, a journey of strength, grit, and heart. Okay, so if someone is listening to you and wants to start building mental resilience today, what's that one small thing they should do right now?
I think first of all, we must look up in our own self, like what capabilities we have, and just to discover your own uniqueness. We all are unique, and I think we all have. Nobody's over here is perfect, and we are not perfect in our looks. We are not perfect in the way we speak. We all make mistakes, and it's a part of life. And I think this looking up within ourselves is that most important thing, which I feel as an individual. So, because we have multiple powers, but we not really discover them. So we have strength to tackle very tough situations also, but unless and until कोई hurdles ना आए, कोई challenges ना आए, तो हमें हमारी strength भी reveal नहीं होती. So वो सब एक part है life, and life is a roller coaster, and not every day is a day where we feel the best of ourselves. There are days where I also feel low, and there are days when I also feel कि अब नहीं होगा या अब कैसे होगा. But it's important to make a comeback and not to give up कि अब नहीं होगा. So it's more of having work on your own self, spending time with your own self, and at times it's just okay to chill also. It's okay to take a break. And at times when we have tough sessions, and when I feel like my body is too exhausted, I need a break. At times I take a break as well.
Do you cheat also sometimes on food? Yeah.
Yeah. Not so regularly, but yes. But I think that's also very important. Every time a strict diet, or every time, goals, targets, it becomes too much. So a break ke saath, then you restart, it's also more good. So I think that break some or the other way is definitely required. And I also do take breaks, and I love to do whatever thing that makes me happy, whether it's taking a break, going out with friends, going to my home, spending a day out, having my favorite food, or doing my favorite thing that I like. So I think,
Your favorite food?
It's.
What's your favorite food?
I love tandoori momos.
You like the
Tandoori momos.
tandoori momos? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Palak, there are so many people out there who feel unseen, or who are underestimated. Okay, and who actually don't know their own power or the power within. What is that message you would like to give to them?
I think first of all, we should stop thinking कि हम बेचारे हैं, या I would say, like, if I would have thought कि मैं एक बेचारी हूँ, या I would have paid more attention to people alongside me taunting me or saying ki, and putting my attention to their words. Like, I have heard a lot of things कि भगवान ऐसा किसी के साथ ना करे, and certain taglines and all, which people still say comparatively lesser, but still we hear about from a different backgrounds. So it's not just paying attention to them, it just follow your passion, discover like what you want to do in your life. Because eventually राय देने वाले लोग बहुत मिलेंगे, सलाह देने वाले बहुत मिलेंगे, बट हमें जो करना है वो हमें डिसाइड करना है. People will tell कि यार तुम, like people told me, like lot of teachers told me, as a girl to have a disability, which our society says, there are questions कि कल को तुमसे शादी कौन करेगा. So they tell to have good studies, handicap quotas ले लो, एक अच्छा job ले लो, अपना life self secure कर लो. बट रादर दैन वो एक लिमिटेशन के तौर पे हम सोचेंगे तो हम उतना ही सोचेंगे. बट इफ़ वी टेक इट एंड थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स कि अरे यार वो कर सकते तो हम क्यों नहीं. कहीं पे जाना है, कुछ ड्रेसअप करना है, कोई टास्क परफॉर्म करना है, नॉट एवरी वे एवरीथिंग इज़ रिक्वायर्ड. सो उसको कैसे टैकल करना है इज़ द मेन थिंग. एंड इफ़ इन माई लाइफ आई वुड हैव पेड मोर अटेंशन टू, एंड आई ऑल्सो थिंक कि अरे यार मुझसे नहीं होगा. सो कोई कितनी भी कोशिश कर ले वो मुझसे नहीं होगा. सो आई नीड टू डिस्कवर, आई नीड टू लुक अप टू द पीपल. देयर आर सो मेनी, now there are so many programs, there are so many entrepreneurs, there are so many athletes, and so many people from different super abilities who are outcasing their talent at every level. It's just not para sports, हर level पे. Big companies they are owning. There is a lot of change in the development and the era, and those people are an example कि कुछ भी impossible नहीं है. So I think I have looked up and I entered into this field. I got a purpose. Similarly, अगर किसी के लिए para sports ना हो तो there are multiple areas where they can excel. It's the moment हम खुद self realize करें और हम किस thought पे attention दें, that matters. हमें पॉजिटिव सोचना है तो वही होगा, नेगेटिव सोचना है तो भी वही होगा.
Exactly. It's all about the mental frame you are in. If you think positive, it'll be positive. You think negative, it'll be negative. So, Palak, it was a pleasure talking to you here, and it was always good to be listening to the story of power, of grit, of strength, and you truly are an example of all these three things. That never ever give up, okay, believe in yourself, okay, and keep trying. So thank you, Palak, and I wish you all the best. And from all the viewers who are watching us, wish you all the best for your next tournament and also for the Olympics in 2028 at LA. All the best. Palak's journey isn't just about medals or records. It's about rising when it's hard, showing up when no one is watching, and believing in yourself when the world says otherwise. Palak has redefined what it means to be a champion, not just on the court, but in real life. From breaking barriers to building a more inclusive future in Indian sports, Palak has become a voice for resilience, purpose, and quiet courage. And for that, we are deeply grateful to you, Palak. And to everyone listening, if there is one thing I hope you take away today, it is that your power doesn't lie outside of you, it is already within you. Keep showing up for yourself, keep believing, keep living your best life. And if this conversation moved you, inspired you, or made you pause, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe, leave us a review, and join us again next time on Live Your Best Life Unscripted. Because this journey is just getting started.